Study says carbohydrates, not fats, are bad for you. But don't give up on fruits, vegetables and legumes, they're still good for you. The new research suggests that it's not the fat in your diet that is raising your risk of premature death, it's too many carbohydrates. Especially the refined, processed kinds of carbs that is the real killer. The research also found that eating fruits, vegetables and legumes can lower your risk of dying prematurely. But 3 or 4 servings a day seemed to be plenty. What does all this mean to you? Well, a cheeseburger may be okay to eat, and adding lettuce and tomato to the burger is still good for you, but an excessive white flour burger buns may boost your risk of dying early. People with a high fat intake, about 35% of their daily diet, had a 23% lower risk of early death and 18% lower risk of stroke compared to people who ate less fat. A very low intake of saturated fats was associated with a higher risk of death in the study, compared to diets containing up to 13% daily. At the same time, high-carb diets were associated with a 28% increased risk of death versus low-carb diets. The study showed that contrary to popular belief, increased consumption of dietary fat is associated with a lower risk of death. There is no evidence that below 10% of energy by saturated fat is beneficial, and going below 7% may even be harmful. Moderate amounts, particularly when accompanied with lower carbohydrate intake, are probably optimal. It won't surprise anyone to hear that the USDA recommends 45 to 65% of calories should come from carbs. Not a surprise because the government is antiquated, wrong, and just wants us all to die anyway. These results suggest that leading health organizations might need to reconsider their dietary guidelines. But not everyone is ready to throw out current dietary guidelines. It's hard to throw away the brainwash that went on for a few decades.